Hello, happy Easter. Now Easter, and indeed spring, is a time often associated with hope and renewal and fertility. So it seemed appropriate in today's episode to take a little look at Osprey courtship. Now Ospreys pair for life, and all over the UK birds are returning to nest sites and reuniting with mates that they may have bred with for several years already. In unpaired birds, it's an opportunity for them to create new pair bonds that will hopefully go on to serve them well for several years to come. So whether they are establishing a new pair or re-establishing an existing one, courtship behaviour is really important. And one of the ways an Osprey male will woo his woman is by providing plenty of fish. You've all heard the expression, the way to a man's heart is through his stomach. Well, in Ospreys, the reverse is true. Courtship feeding is quite common in birds, but there's still some debate over the purpose of it. Certainly in Ospreys, we know that pairs with a higher rate of courtship feeding are more likely to produce eggs than pairs with a low rate. And the higher the rate of feeding, the shorter the courtship and the sooner eggs are laid. But having said that, fish isn't the only thing the male brings in. He'll also bring in sticks. The male brings them in and the female will rearrange them to her liking. And this redecorating, so to speak, does seem to help with that pair bond. The third and final and very dramatic part of courtship is the sky dance. Performed by the male, he begins at really high altitude with a fish or a stick clutched in his talons. Issuing a piercing call, he begins an undulating descent. He'll swoop down, catch himself in a hover, and swoop down again and catch himself in a hover all the way down while losing altitude. It's quite the dramatic and beautiful thing to behold. Fun fact, every now and then more unusual behaviours are observed during courtship. In one example, a pair had tried and failed to build a nest. Everything just kept falling out of the tree, which meant when the male brought fish in, he couldn't deposit it in the nest for the female to take. Instead, he was observed hovering in front of the female, holding it out to her while she tried to tear small pieces off for herself. Now this is incredibly unusual and probably unique to this pair in this precise set of circumstances. But it just goes to show that nature is always surprising. Now, as for the pair of birds that had been seen at Bassenthwaite, they've been very busy over the last 2 weeks with their own courtship. Breeding has certainly been observed, so we are hopeful that very soon there will be an egg-shaped surprise make an appearance in their nest. And if that doesn't say Happy Easter, I don't know what does. That's all for now, folks, so make sure that you have found and followed us on Facebook, Twitter, here on YouTube, our website and our new Instagram page, if that's what you like as well, so that you never miss out on any updates. But until next time, folks, take care and enjoy the sunshine. Bye!